Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Europa Universalis 4, where we are going to be playing rule Britannia with Scotland. And Windows has screwed up my sound settings again. Let's go and turn that down a bit. There we go, that's a lot better. You can always tell because it peaks into the red when the volume's incorrect. Anyway, we are going to continue here with Scotland the Brave. It is now 1701, so we are finally into the 18th century, so we might start seeing the emergence of coal and factories now. The last couple of wars, our armies have been woefully underperforming, so we are currently trying to build up the number of forts and things we have, so that our base land tradition will be much higher. We're basically trying to get it so that the fully maintained forts modifier, instead of being plus 0.3, is plus 1. Which will basically mean that we have a minimum of around 33 land tradition, which is decent. That will give us the extra morale to really be competitive, because the last couple of wars have frankly been embarrassing. Like, our navy has been amazing, but with the other naval powers doing so poorly, with the possible exception of France, there's no real competition there. We are currently dealing with uprisings. We're about to have some more. We're low on manpower. Right, this was... These uprisings are after a war? What caused these again? Do we have high... No, we went over 100% overextension. That's what it was, because we just took a bunch more territory in the US. I think it was in America. It wasn't in Holland. No, because we had those lands already for a while. Yeah, I think it was just that we took a bunch of American lands, which are... Damn it, I don't even remember where we took. No, Africa. That's where it was Africa. We just took all of this, which is very wealthy land. There's loads of ivory and loads of gold down there. But yeah, it kind of pushed us over the edge. So we'll need to go and pay that down again. We'll need to deal with all the rebels that we have around the world, and generally just make sure that we don't... split the country. So we have a couple who are pushing for independence already. Acre is going to be a problem sorting those guys out. There's 22,000 of them, and they've already got halfway. I wonder if we can just bring in some mercenaries over here. We'd have to do it in Palembang. Thankfully there are no rebels over here in Banjar. And in fact, the Castellan colony was a Vigianga. The Vigianga colony has failed. I just noticed that, because they started building one over in Pontianak. Right, I think we are going to go and hire some mercenaries. So yes, we're going to be taking a loan out. I think this is worthwhile though, because it will save me from having to send an army over there. So we're just going to raise a bunch of infantry. Go for 17 regiments, sure. They're mercenaries, they won't take too long to do. And then we can just delete them after. Like, our economy will be up and running very, very quickly after that. So we should be fine. Okay, so we've retaken Sutherland, so let's grab our armies and split you up again. Now, where's the next uprising? Lothian, Ayrshire and Eastmarch. So in fact what I might do is stick one of you in Ayrshire, stick one of you in Eastmarch, and then Lothian has a fort, so if they do spawn over there then it's not a problem. Are you still growing? Yeah. So then the other problem is going to be over here. We can still get into Zeeland. They still haven't taken Holland, and in fact, the armies are fighting over there. Cleveland's risen up, but that's a colonial nation. That's their problem, not mine. And we can get the Church of Scotland. I think we are already at 100%. Oh no, 50% mercantilism. Right now, money is the issue, because I want to pay off the loans and things. So we're going to take the cash injection, unless we want stability. Ooh, what we could do is wait until we have 200 and then get the progress of the Supreme Governor for that free stability. That is very tempting. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Loans are the Scottish way of doing things anyway. Apparently so, yeah. And we're getting more cores down here. Excellent. Alright, so we should be getting rid of the revolt risk. The overextension is now well below 100, which is great. That's what really caused all of these problems. I think we went up to like 103. Just because I'd forgotten that we did 2 wars in very quick succession and hadn't quite caught the first batch of things. Alright, so revolt risk is going down. The Scottish peasants are heading home. I think that this problem is over. So Den Haag can still rise, as can Makua. Where on earth is Makua? Down here. So we do still have an army here in Africa, so I think we'll be fine. In fact, what we could do is send the transports down to there. Although I'm going to need the transports to ship these soldiers over to the Netherlands and fight the rebels over there. Let's do that first. Especially now that Lothian's not going to rise up. And then we'll head over here, and these guys should be rubbish in comparison to our own armies. So let's go and give you a decent general. You're still hiring a bunch of troops, so we'll wait for that. It'll take our armies a little while to gather over here. So I think what we're going to do... Well, you already got John Drummond anyway. We'll send you over here. We'll start sieging the castle down again. Oh, it is held by rebels. So we'll do this. We'll drop you off here. We'll retake that province. Sail, and we'll grab the other section of those troops, and then we'll start working out our standard templates again for the armies. But at this point, I would say that we are pretty much stable. Do they have any artillery and cavalry? They do. So we are going to actually be outgunned attacking them. So maybe we want to go across. Or maybe we want to take that province back again. Treasure fleet has arrived. Good. You know what? Let's go ahead and fight them. And we have a conversion done. We have got very good missionary strength right now. So I think we're going to continue doing the hard ones. Well, we can anyway. So Lolo. Let's do that one. Scotland's occupied Zeeland. Is that fort going to block me? It's not. Good. Like it totally should, but it's not going to. Makua has been cored. Alright, cool. Armies have arrived. Let's go and raise that siege. Just do a quick shift consolidate. And then over here, we are winning that fight. Good. And we'll be reinforcing with money. That's the main reason to do that. And let's split you in half. Send half of you down to retake this province. Then we'll go and fight them. Makua's risen up, but we have a big army there, so that's not going to be a problem. And I think we just won the Battle of Holland. We did. So let's send you guys down here to go and retake that. Have you out at sea, so it's considered blockaded. Perfect, and we should retake that really quite quickly. Support Baroque music. Only the Almighty knows what artistic talent has gone wasted because of too little money, too little food, and too little love. Help struggling composers in Scotland with your patronage, and they will help you in return. Sure, why not? And how are we doing here? 118. Yeah, we're good. We've retaken those, so let's reform our army. Again, they're reinforcing because they are mercenaries. We'll give you to the end of the month. We'll do a quick shift consolidate. In fact, hell, we could just do a regular consolidate. And we'll head across. Now, we are going to have the crossing penalty, but really good general and really good soldiers in comparison to them. So we should be fine, because just the tactics difference will let us win that one. We'll take this province back and we'll just dismiss these soldiers. And then we should be done. Revolt risk throughout has now disappeared. We're still coring. And we are now secure. We're still 41,000 manpower down. Who's close to enforcing demands? Where? Shawnee. There. Really? That sounds like a whole lot of their problem. That's going to be so annoying if they do actually get that. Well, one of the things we can do is... No, nothing. So how long do we have? 17 months to rally this army and send them over. Or, actually, there's a better way of doing this. We'll just raise one mercenary over here. So we only need the one. One Grenzer. Diplomatic moves. +1 diplomatic relations. Cool. And just send you over there, retake that, and then the Shawnee threat is gone. Tyrannical nobles, a representative of the people living in the area dominated by one of the most prominent families of the nobility, has approached the throne today imploring the king to take action against what he claims are systematic abuses of power against the people there. As the ruler of Scotland, Charles I has a responsibility to protect his people. Not doing so will make us appear weak and may harm the long-term growth of the province. Nobility would likely not take kindly to chastising such a powerful member of their ranks, however. So we lose a base tax or the nobility lose loyalty. I would much rather you lose some loyalty. Loyalty is a temporary thing anyway, so we'll... Okay, you guys have done your job. You can be sent home. And at this point, we shouldn't be raising separatists anywhere. Although the Shawnee are about to rise up again, but I think that's in our colonies area, not in ours. And there we go, Indiana's been taken, and we have no more uprising. Good. Yeah, these are both colonial, so fine. We just need to win this siege, get our manpower back, and we're good to go. Now, have I built the training fields everywhere that I want to? Pretty much. Zeeland could potentially do with one. Now, maximum manpower at this point is 101,000. We're gaining 1,000 a month yet? No, not yet. See, 1,000 a month is really the level we want to be, because that means you can hire one regiment a month, minimum, and you also just replenish a whole lot. So it's pretty strong for that. Do I want to build some more forts? Well, I think the first thing I want to do is repay the loan. 2 loans. And we are getting the treasure in from the colonies. So New Lothian is still slightly too small. Liberty Desire for everyone is way down. Mostly because I quashed their uprising already. Lost Independence War, but it is ticking down, so that minus 36 is going to disappear over time. So I don't think I want to increase my tariffs of them any more further than I already have. We're getting a decent amount of money. It's mostly about the treasure fleets at this point anyway. Okay, so we have got 3 colonists out, so I'm going to go ahead and recall you. And then have you work on that province. And I'm going to recall you. And we'll have 5 colonies going at once. We should be able to afford this. And we'll have you coming over here, I think. We'll lock down Brunei. Especially as France is taking an interest in Malacca. Oh, I don't like that. That's a fairly significant French navy, too. Alright, we are now in a position where we can repay a loan. Seeing how we make 48 ducats a month at the moment. Despite the fact that we have a 333 in council. In fact, we have a very expensive diplomat. We could probably save a few pennies if we chose to. That's the military guy, so we could recruit him. So their influence would go up to 65, which is fine. And loyalty I don't really care about. So we'll lose a little bit of manpower recovery. So after... I really wish there was a way of bribing them. Never mind. Okay, so let's do that. Let's replace you with the improved relations, because he's half the price. And there we go, saving even more money. And we've won the Siege of Den Haag. Which means all 11 of our forts are now in action. We are gaining 0.39. So we still need more forts. I don't think I want to put one in Zeeland because you saw how useful it was having a landing position over there. Where are my transports? Oh, right, I was going to send you over that way. I didn't need to in the end. So we could get some forts in Africa, although we already have a good number here. Maybe in like Mozambique or something? Or Zanzibar might be a decent one. Though we'd need to develop it a little further. Just because it's a centre of trade and I'd kind of like to hold on to it. Hey Dana. You're lurking. How goes Scottish global domination? Well, I've only been going for 15 minutes, but so far so good. Like, we've quashed all of the uprisings and rebellions, which could have caused us a problem. I can invest in new ideas. Do I want to? We are way ahead of time in everything. So I would say yes. So we can get the extra combat ability or the extra recruitment. I think we actually want to focus on the offensive ideas at the moment. Naval is nice, but we have no competitors. Although 20% more heavy combat ship ability is a pretty nice one to have. And Then this one is ridiculous. That plus 10% global naval engagement means you can just bring more guns to bear. Now, we're going to go with the offensive ideas. Yeah, let's do that. Even though we would have got innovativeness had we gone for the naval, because apparently nobody else is really focusing that. And what was that? You've just become a proper colony. Right, do I want to go even further over my colonial limit? I think I want to wait until these two arrive. In fact, no, I can do one more. I'm not going to tax that. Cincinnati has risen up, but that's a colonial nation thing, not my problem. We'll wait until you killed them, that's fine. Then I'm going to grab the colonists from you, recall them. As much as I want to take over Australia. What I really want to do is cut Spain off down here. So we're going to go and grab Shagami, and we're going to try and get to Nipigon before they do. Fort Rupert is now self-sustaining, so we have those two done. So we're well on the way to getting the Scottish colony up here. And by well on the way, I mean we're 2/5 of the way. France, European traders in China. With a sizable contingent of European traders in China, the demand for Chinese porcelain has skyrocketed. The Chinese porcelain is demanded by all of Europe, and the Chinese only accept gold or silver as payment. Prices of silver China ware has gone up, and France gets the bonus. I thought you could only do that if you had land over here. Apparently not. Really? France has more trade in that area than I do, despite the fact I have colonies here and they don't? And then the other thing I need to do is take over Marahan, which is currently at war with Malindi, which I know is fairly weak because I just killed a bunch of them. We've cut France off here in Kilwa, so we have access to Malindi, they don't. Which was entirely my intention. Sad to see how far Denmark has fallen. Yeah, Denmark's been bad times. In fact, Denmark's dead. No, they're in Bornholm. Denmark is still alive in the glorious nation of Bornholm. Do I have any design to the European continent to my focus on colonization? I mean, I might want to expand my Dutch holdings a bit more, just so that I can get some more control over the English Channel without spending ships on fortifying it. But honestly, now that I control Holland and Den Haag, I don't really need to. Although I might go for Oldenburg at some point. Normandy is unlikely. Actually, who owns that? Breda. Antwerp is owned by the Netherlands. See, the Netherlands are kind of a soft target. Their allies are terrible. So I might well go and expand my holdings in the Low Countries. We'll see. Right, now what I need to do is just recover my manpower. So we're still 32,000 down. But we're out of debt. We're still earning 55 ducats a month, despite the large number of colonies I have going, which is great. Let's go ahead and stop improving relations with Central Nova Scotia, because we have one who's just doing it automatically. I think. We'll cancel you both. And then we're just going to get our diplomat. We're going to go own subjects. So we're going to keep our colonies happy, which seems to be maximized anyway. And we could spend a bit more on development. So I think I'm going to save up money and we're going to start building some more forts so I can get my land maintenance up. Sorry, my land tradition up. The other thing I need to do is sort out my armies, so you can be disbanded for a start. Then you are at a 29,000. What unit are you missing? You're missing 1 infantry. Which we'll grab from... Actually, are you actually missing an infantry? Yes. So we'll grab 1 infantry from you, which will stick in here. And now you're missing an infantry. And that's fine. Also, you have mercenaries. Detach the mercenaries. Do you have any? Oh, you do too. Ah. Right, so I must have been doing some frontline consolidation there. You have quite a few mercenaries actually, so we'll detach all of those. This will save us quite a lot of money. Then we'll have you guys jump in the ships and we'll send you back home to Scotland. And you have mercenaries? Jeez. I had way more mercenaries than I realised. And I might just merge these two together. Okay. So we shouldn't have any more mercenaries in our employment. Okay, so that's also going to increase, yeah, our income by another 20 ducats. France is not having military access because they're backstabbing bastards. And population of Aurora went up for free. That's very good. Okay, so who are my allies right now? I don't remember what's going on the diplomatic stage. So I'm allied with Morocco. And I have a royal marriage with Denmark, which I don't really want. Russia, you were one that I was trying to go and become friendly with. So I think we're going to continue befriending Russia. And maybe Bohemia? Yeah, Russia and Bohemia both seem to be in a good position for this. Prussia has fallen a long way. Bohemia's really just completely destroyed Prussia. So Bohemia seems to be the foremost German power right now. So if I had an alliance with Bohemia and Russia, I'd feel pretty good against fighting France. I mean, I already would, because they can't get to me. But I'll feel even better. Lubeck, lending libraries and book clubs. With literacy on the rise, the spread and dissemination of books has become an objective for both economical and ideological reasons. Booksellers have become a much more common sight in many cities in general, and in large ones such as Lubeck there are entire shop streets lined with books for sale. For those that could not afford to buy books themselves and are now an increasing number of ways to lend or finance book purchases, such as paid lending libraries, book buying cooperatives, or subscription societies. I did actually mean to see what that did. Johann Friedrich Bottger was a German alchemist who was the first European to understand how to make porcelain. He discovered it in 1708, and his factory in Meissen, which finished in 1710, was Europe's first porcelain factory. So the big boost in price that China had like a year ago has just gone, and Drisdani has gone up in value, and we've got another treasure fleet. Are we being pirated? A tiny bit. Oldenburg and Castile are doing it. I mean, to be fair, we could totally just do that back to Castile, although it's not really worthwhile. Pirating Genoa, however, could be. That's 76 ducats. I mean, it's not as much as us, but it's still a fair old chunk of change. So what we might want to do is just build a bunch more light ships and just start pirating the hell out of Genoa. Rip China, can Korea take the mandate? I think so. Yeah, I think so. And I need to spend my Diplo, which I was going to do a development because I don't think I have any ideas that I can take. Nope. Alright, let's get some more development going. Development, let's sort by that. I'm pretty sure that most of the good stuff has already been done, although not Cork. So we'll build Cork up a little bit. Hull. Ormond. Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury especially is cheap. In fact, the amount of money I've invested in like universities and stuff, everything's going to be pretty cheap. Lothian is getting really quite expensive. Mordor. Yeah, Mordor. Well, it's not called that name, which shall not be mentioned anymore, so we will continue upgrading Mordor. Give me mines worthy of Mordor. We've gained a core in Indiana. Excellent. And Indiana's in the Louisiana area, I think. Yes. So we can start to get a colony over there. Speaking of colonies, can I get any of you to pick any fights? Nope. Nope. Yes. Against Florida, which is Castile. Sure, why not? And the United States can go after... Wait, you could fight Nova Scotia? No. In fact, I could have you going after Florida as well. What trade region is Florida? That's all colonial East America, so yeah, going after Florida for you as well. Great idea. So I've got both of my colonial nations going after Florida right now. So Castile might try and cause problems because of this. I kind of doubt it, though. They're only allied with Portugal and the Papal States, so yes, Portugal's made a bit of a comeback since they beat Morocco, unfortunately. but they're still kind of wimpy. Lolo's being converted. Let's go and get Angosh. At some point soon I should probably go over there and have a look. So Malacca is... Damn it, they ceded a province. Actually, yeah, France has got a couple over here now. I might well need to go after Malacca myself, especially as they have no allies. Oh, it's just lack of manpower. No, I'm so tempted. Trading in cloth. Mercenary maintenance has gone down. Ming actually exploded. Haven't seen them do that since Mandate of Heaven. They seem to have tweaked it, which is really good. I'm so happy about that. Because they exploded in this game, and I'm hearing reports from some of the Discord channels I'm on from other people that they exploded in their games as well. So yes, Ming is much less stable than they have been in the past. Well, it actually kind of looks like Florida's in trouble here. There are war with Sioux, Osage, Assiniboine, Miami, Nova Scotia, and the United States of Nova Scotia. Me, of course. Actually, the last time I checked I was like third, so... Yay! Me! It's actually been a while since I checked this, so I'm pretty happy with that. That's because of my colonies. Like, I have a lot of very strong colonies. And we are at 200 church power, which we wanted to spend on the free stability. So we're up to +2, which is going to make us even stronger when it comes to resisting uprisings and the like. And we are definitely in a position where we could be building stuff. Can we upgrade any of these forts? Yeah, basically all of them. Alright, so let's upgrade all of the forts that we own. That's probably why we're under the limit, actually. Why we're at 0.41, because I think they, to fully count, they need to be fully upgraded. Japan is learning provinces from Japan. Oh, Denmark's learning. So Bornholm is learning about Japan right now. Probably planning some secret exodus or something like that. And wow, I'm making 90 ducats a month. And that's before I've started trade stealing. Which I really ought to do. Are there any policies which would increase my strength with that? I kind of doubt it. But you never know. Where are policies again? Missions. No, though I could get the settler increase. I have a lot of Diplo at the moment, so you know what? We're going to go ahead and do that. Trade efficiency, production power, trade efficiency, trade steering would also be a good one. So we're going to double down on the old Diplo stuff. Privateer efficiency plus 50%. That's the one I want. Once I finished offensive, and this is one of the ideas I wanted offensive, is so that I could get the privateer efficiency plus 50%. Then what I'll probably also do is grab espionage for that idea. No, not that one. That idea! No, not that one either. Damn it, where is it? That idea! There you go. For another 33%. So we'd have 88% more privateering efficiency, which adds up very quickly. And the great thing about privateering is you can do it when you're not at war with them. It is the perfect way to wage economic warfare while not being at war. Okay, so our military advisor just died. I think we're just going to go ahead and add this chap here. Unfortunately, he's not a manpower guy, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, I think the text even says every up-to-date fort. If you're below it, the benefit gets reduced. Yes, I know. I read that pop up last time. So we're building a bunch of fortresses. We probably can build more. France has declared war on Charka. Man, France are going all out. Are there any other forts over here I have not upgraded yet? Yeah, the Dutch ones. Need to wait another 2 months and then I can do that. Or just, you know, a month will do too. And then down here,